I lose my breath whenever I see you.
Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Diana and today my very special guest is here. So please introduce yourself for those who don't know you.
Hi guys, I'm Ted, and for those who are joining in for the first time, I tend to come here from time to time, once in a while, on special occasions. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yep, so today we're doing a video that's very long overdue, and that's our engagement story. And just so that this video is not all over the place, we have questions that are going to guide us tell the story. Question number one, when did you get engaged?
We got engaged in the month of December, tarehe 19 mwezi wa Disemba.
It was 18th, babe.
Ilikuwa 18th.
And last time tukilizana mimi ndo nilikosea. Mimi ndo nilisema 19th and you said 18th. It was 18th December. It's cause 19th.
This question specific nipatie Mkenya kwanza.
It's cause 19th is
December?
when we posted on social media.
Oh, 18th
so
December.
It was 18th December usiku. So it's been about 7-8 months.
Yeah, almost.
Then I think this is for me. Do you suspect anything? Did I suspect anything? No, honestly, I did not.
You sure?
At all.
No clue at all?
At all. And you know, funny thing is, you are planning this thing on WhatsApp.
Yep.
And your phone is always here with me. Like our phones are we're just very free with our phones. So maybe mimi ni mchokoraji ndo ningejua. So next question is, had you discussed about getting engaged prior?
You go first. Go first.
Yes, we had. Obviously not about when or where, not those kind of details, but we had definitely had that conversation that we would one day want to settle down together. And we had talked about a time frame. Maybe by this time we will want to get engaged, maybe by this time we'll want to get married. Yeah, so maybe not so much into the details, but we did know that we are on the same page about settling down together.
It was in the pipeline.
Yes.
Right.
Time and where it would be, no. We don't discuss time per se, like by this year or by next year. It was just, Sandio, Ama, what would you say?
But maybe nilikuwa najua, so.
Yeah, of course you knew, but we didn't discuss about the time together. Although we had told each other that ikifika this time, from this time we could be ready to get engaged. Sandio?
Yeah. We had that idea.
We had that idea.
Exactly.
But we wanted to give ourselves time, a period of date, and then, Okay.
Next.
How did Ted choose a ring?
Hey!
I want to give my side of the story about the ring.
All right,
first.
go ahead.
So now, I don't know where, before I showed you this ring, because I remember I showed you this ring. I don't know what hassle you had before that, but I remember there's a friend of mine, a guy friend of mine who wanted to engage a lady, and so alikuwa amenitumia picha za rings mob kuniambia nimsaidie kuchoose ring ya ambaye angepeana the girlfriend. And so I remember while going through the rings, I saw this ring and I was like, oh my god, I'm so in love with this ring. And I just showed Ted that ring and I was like, oh, this is such a beautiful ring, I love it. And here I have it. So now you take it from there. How was the planning? You window shopping and...
It was interesting because I remember you showing me this ring and you're like, you really, really love it. Of course, I had other options as well. Now, I realize this is the point where you need to come up with a committee, and that's when I contacted these friends.
So by the time I showed you this ring, had you started planning engagement in your head?
Because I already had, like I said, I had a couple of ideas.
So the time that I was showing this ring, ulikuwa ushaanza kupanga engagement?
So I was just looking at Jenna Checker. And I believe at that time, we actually had that group set. Mimi, Kaf, na Mary. Those are these very, very good friends and sisters. So the group was there. Na ulikuwa at that time unaniambia unapenda ring flani, nakutumia ring flani, just to give like a hint. And you'd be like, inakapoa, but inakapoa, inakafiti. But I remember there was this particular one. So the challenge was to actually locate the exact ring Because I remember
Which one, this one?
ulikuwa umetumia mob, and then that time ulikuwa tu unanionyesha hivi kwa simu. So I'd go to my DMs, because you share a lot of things on DM, especially on social media. Whenever we see something interesting, I just send it to the other. So I kept checking na sioni. But then this one time, I don't know what you were talking about, then boom, here comes the ring. And I was like, yes, this is the one. So nilikram your page.
Oh, well, okay.
So it's the page that I just looked at and I said, this is it. I think I even wrote it somewhere in the notes. Then I had sent another ring to that group of us. But then when I sent this one, everybody was like, yes.
Yeah, because they know me and they know this. My cousin, when we were meeting my cousin the other day, she told me, like, she feels like this ring is exactly my personality. Like, it's exactly who I am. So,
You're welcome.
Yeah, you did a very good job. Like, an excellent job. I love it. If it was a ring you didn't like, would you deny it?
Let me ask you that question. If it was a ring you didn't like, would you say no? Say I got you a silver one.
I've nothing. I've nothing.
Be very honest.
Yeah, I'm being very. I've nothing against silver jewelry. I just personally think I don't look good in them. If it was a ring I didn't like, it wouldn't be silver, because honestly, you know, I'm not a fan of silver. So I'm assuming it's a gold ring, but it's not exactly. Ikona custom. Of course, that would not make me say no. But we would talk about upgrading pole, I guess. I'd bring the topic of upgrading, but saying no, definitely.
Like after 30 years of marriage.
30? We will not get to marriage with that ring.
Upgrade after 30 years.
All right. How was the planning process for you, Ted? Was it hectic?
No.
You're making it sound like
let me tell you, it was hectic. It was hectic.
It was. You planned a whole thing without me knowing. But there is the worst planner. He does not know how to plan nothing.
I would have asked you at some point.
Yeah.
You can't be hey. Like I'd actually try to get away of asking you, but this particular one, I kept crossing my fingers. I was just like, you know what?
I'm hoping I'm doing the right thing.
This will happen. This will happen. I have the right people. I'm talking to. And you know, Kaf and Mary are so helpful. So they would respond to questions at usiku, like at 9 or even 10.
Shout out to you, baby girls.
And I'd be like, yeah, I'm on the right track.
So that, interestingly, that day when we got engaged usiku. So you asubuhi, tuko tunafaa 20 rounds. Mombasa, I think we were going to eat. You know, when you're on holiday, you're all over the place. So, but we had talked about having dinner at the beach since we were in Nairobi. He mentioned, oh, we should have dinner at the beach. We should have dinner at the beach. I was like, oh yeah, we should have dinner at the beach.
Yep.
And also, one thing that would make me, of course, not suspect anything is that we were going to Mombasa. I was like, of course, this guy cannot plan nothing in Mombasa. Who does he know in Mombasa? Where does he know in Mombasa? So I was like, I
know Joho.
You know Karare.
I know Karare. Shout out Karare. Oh, Karare.
Yeah. So nilikuwa najua, of course it cannot happen. Like we're in Mombasa, we are doing Toyota. So when he said that we should have dinner at the beach, I suggested Jumeirah Beach. I was like, oh, Jumeirah is a good place. You can go have dinner there. Can you imagine that morning? We went together to Jumeirah. We planned that dinner together. But told if you want to have dinner at the beach, you need to go and, you know, talk to someone because it's not normally done. So they have to arrange a setup and all that.
Right.
So we were supposed to do dinner at the beach. Mimi, Wewe na Kaf. So all we wanted to do, all I knew we were going there, so just pick the food. And also to just see the place. If we don't like the place, we can tafuta place again. Because the hotel that we were staying in had also a beach. We could easily do it there, but we wanted just another place. So we went there, picked the food, nini, and then we went off. Kumbe now he's making phone calls, Sasa. Now
right.
right?
I remember I met the manager there at Jumeirah and we talked for about 5 minutes. Remember that time you were seated, I was walking around with him? Yeah, so that's when I mentioned it to him first. That is the kind of thing that I wanted. And he was like, don't worry about it. By 5 p.m. in the evening, we'll close the beach so that it can be cleaned, set up, done. And, you know, Yeah.
And they did a good job. We're definitely going to insert photos of that day just so you guys can have an idea. And when I say it was the most beautiful day, I'm not just saying. Describe the day you got engaged. Okay, let's say describe the night you got engaged.
Yeah, the night. I think we've pretty much talked about the day. Morning.
Yeah.
That evening, I remember you guys getting ready. You guys took ages. I was just chilling. I was ready, by the way. By that time, Kaf had the ring.
Yeah.
So it so happened that Kaf had it in her handbag, and I was at the living room. I think you were in the bedroom.
So just so that people get a clear picture, the ring was bought in Mombasa, and my friend Kaf stays in Mombasa.
Exactly.
So she's the one who picked the ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Kaf came with the ring. She had it. So at the time when you're still dressing up, Kaf walked back to the living room and gave me the whole thing. The ring, of course, with its package, holder, yeah. The ring holder. And I was a bit confused because I was like, so where do I put it? It will just show. I was wearing shorts that day and a white t-shirt. And I just couldn't imagine how I was going to put it in my pocket without it being conspicuous, you know. And I was like, dear Tajua, so do I remove it? And then, but Kaf was like, no, you can't remove it from the ring holder. So you just have to keep it. How did I even?
She carried it until
actually, so at that point, Kaf was like, anyway, if you're too confused about this, let me just keep it in my handbag. Then she had given me the receipt and everything, just, for posterity, I guess. So I kept it in the...
You left it on the bed.
I left it on the bed as I was walking outside, and Kaf noticed that I had left the receipt.
Showing all I was details. Seated on the same bed where you left. I think you were just so confused.
I was totally confused. So many things were going on in my head. I was like, wow, thinking of how, which knee.
Which knee?
Yeah. Get confused.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So eventually, we made it to Jumeirah.
So I remember when preparing, I was actually wearing this same dress that I'm wearing today, by the way. So now when preparing, time ya kutoka, I wanted to wear just my flat shoes. And Kaf was like, no, wear heels today. I'm like, heels? We're going to the beach. First of all, I'm not, if you know me, I'm not a heel person. I'm a sneaker, I'm a flat shoes. But she really insisted. She was like, it's just today. So I was like, okay, let me wear heels. And then I was about to wear my glasses because I wear glasses. And she was like, you actually don't need glasses tonight. It's just, just having dinner, sisi watatu, ufai si lazima uone mbali, and all this. I was like, okay, we just listen to each other a lot. And I was like, okay. And it was a good thing that I didn't wear my glasses.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Reason being, when we go to Jumeirah, the setup was in such a way that on your way to the beach, it's kind of raised, so you can practically see what's going on the beach. And there was that particular setup. So if you're coming from the garden side, walking down towards the beach, you could actually tell that this says this and this says this and this. The writing on the beach was, she said yes, and D was there, but she couldn't read whatever was written there. She didn't have her glasses.
Do you imagine?
So we had to quickly do things, but at the same time, make sure that everyone is comfortable, she doesn't suspect anything. So yeah, we go to the beach, we sat down, ordered.
And we just, the food we ordered in China.
No, we ordered.
Drinks, I think, wine and...
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember your time to make hapo, Kaf was actually very nervous because I think she was thinking, of course, amesoma hapo.
Kaf kept walking up and down.
Because she was thinking in her head that these people are dumb. Bono wameandika hapo, she said yes, and the engagement hasn't happened yet. But good thing is that it's not a good thing. My eyesight kaput. So I didn't see nothing. Nilikuwa tu naona mataa zimewaka. So I said after eating, I'll go confirm what it's written. Because I was just thinking, oh, it's dinner. So
but there were some flamingos around there that also confused you a bit.
Yeah,
so
we put the photos.
Yeah, so they took you off that.
Yeah.
But eventually, I remember Kaf pacing around, and I told her, okay, where's the ring? She just pointed at the bag. The bag was somewhere next to the table, so I just picked it up as though I was going to put it somewhere. But in the process, I picked the ring. So as I was coming back, I think someone mnajipanga na Kaf how to actually get to sit down and do whatever.
I had sat down, but I was wondering why you are like all over the place. Because I remember I told you, sikuja hapa tupige picha.
Yeah.
You remember? And then we led you.
Exactly. So you led me. I was to stand right behind you, and then we take a photo. Kaf was the photographer.
Yeah.
She was on the other side of the table. So when you tried to show me the photo.
Yeah. So I was telling Ted, okay.
Nowhere to be seen.
I was telling Ted, come, let's take a photo. So me nimekaa hapa, I told him to come behind me to take a photo. So we get. So after Kaf has taken the photos, so now I want to show him. I'm like, Ebu Ona. It's like I'm talking to myself. Once I turned back, I was like, it's happening.
And finally I found the right knee.
What knee is it supposed to be?
It was this one. I remember this knee was dirty.
Ilikuwa na mchanga ya beach, babe. When you say it's dirty, it's going to...
Oh,
yeah.
It had some sand around here because I was wearing shorts.
Yeah.
So I went down on one knee, popped the question. But the tricky bit was, there's a waiting period. It feels like eternity. Because I was like, will you marry me? And there she was shaking.
Of course, I didn't say like yes immediately.
Trying to gather her, her thoughts around it, her emotions in check, trying to stand up. You know the way a young calf can have wobbly feet, like.
Okay, it was.
Diana
I was weaker.
Diana was weak. Calf was holding her. She was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god."
I think that's the only thing I said the whole night. Yeah. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
What is this? Your famous line. Yeah. What is this? What is
I remember
this?
I took a minute before you said yes.
Yep.
And you're just there like, okay, I'm waiting for you.
Wow.
So, and of course I said yes, that's why we are here. Were you both nervous when the question was popped?
I was nervous as hell. This knee was digging into the sand.
But why are you nervous?
I think you look at my You see just above the kneecap.
Of course, you didn't think I'd say no. There's that possibility.
I was
in your
nervous.
head.
Even the shoes that I was wearing, this other side, so when you kneel, this other side gets pointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my right knee gets pointed to the ground.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nimejichimba mguu ilikuwa huko chini. Yaani
I don't.
Alafu sasa bahari pia bwana inapiga upepo.
I don't know if I was nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was feeling something. I was not normal.
You are very nervous.
I was feeling
nervous
something.
is the word.
Yeah.
If you are not nervous, you are nervous.
I think I was actually nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in my head, I'm like, this guy is asking me to marry him, like be his wife. And then this is a very beautiful ring. And then I'm like, oh my God, this setup is because of our engagement. As in 1 minute, 1,000 thoughts in your head. But yeah. Did you expect it to go viral? I didn't think it went viral.
It went well.
Yeah.
And we thank God.
Thank God. What I'd say about that, first of all, I remember I had that discussion with you before that, and I said I'm not sure if the day we get engaged, I'm not sure I'll want to post it on social media because nilikuwa tuna ile worry, you feel like people will jinx it, you feel like, but at the same time I remember watching a sermon and Pastor Mike akisema how Christians we pray about something and then you still, instead of just walking boldly because you have faith and you trust that you've prayed about it, you still fear. So and I told you about this before, and I said, you see, I pray for this relationship a lot. So me not wanting to post some of our highs because I'm scared people will jinx it, is almost me doubting God, that I'm praying that you protect this thing, but at the same time, just in case you don't protect it, let me protect it. So I think that's thought, but also I didn't plan to post it as immediate. Nilikuwa nataka turudi Nairobi to relax. We've told our close friends and family, then we can share. But my best friend Mary was posting this thing in real time.
Yeah.
Like in real time.
Mary was doing what you call live coverage.
Yeah, you know, Mary's
from miles away.
Mary's in the UK, so they were planning this thing in the WhatsApp group here in a CAF. So at that time when it was happening, CAF was taking photos and sending her. Mary was on video call, so she was taking screenshots and posting.
I think Mary actually uploaded a video call, like she recorded.
Yeah, she was. That's what I'm saying. She was posting on real time. So Mary was posting on social media and all that, and of course we didn't have that discussion of when I get engaged, I don't want you to do this and this and this, because I didn't know.
At this point, it's not a discussion.
Yeah, it was not a discussion. So mimi usiku nimelala asubuhi nikiamka, I'm waking up to congratulations. So I'm like, what? Kumbe Mary alikuwa ashafanya mambo huko. So I really didn't have a choice at this point. So I just went ahead, and also with the kind of, I think, profession you're in, it was also quite obvious that it wasn't obvious to me, by the way.
As a man of the cloth,
it wasn't. It wasn't obvious for me because of what you do. It will be on blogs or whatever and all that. But hey, to my surprise, yeah. So yeah, and following that question was who was the first person you told? I personally told my mom. My mom was the only person I told that night, because I was like, the rest I will tell everybody privately the next day. But of course Mary did the thing, so yeah. But I told my mom. That said, tukiotopo kwa meza, I texted her.
Mary News Network. MNN.
Mary did the thing. Where's your boundaries, friend? Where are your boundaries? Did you tell anyone? Who was the first person you told?
That night, my brother.
Oh, you told Billy?
Yeah, I told Billy.
Nice.
Yeah, I told my brother, and of course, my two amazing sisters.
I also told Lynn the next day.
Yeah. And I think they pretty much got the message around the same time.
Yeah.
Because Billy, once I tell Billy, my sister-in-law says also gets it right. Yeah. And yep.
Oh, so has anything in your relationship changed since you got engaged? Fights, time spent together?
One, my weight has really changed.
Okay, yes.
And
I remember baking powder with you.
I'm literally, I'm blessed. That's all I can say. I enjoy being Diana's fiance. I've grown. I've grown in terms of the spiritual realm. I've grown physically. I've grown mentally, and yeah, I know for sure our love has grown even more and more.
Yeah, 100%. Fights. I think for me, let me just be very blunt and. I think before we got engaged, whatever fight that we had, the slightest inconvenience in my head, I'm like, no, by the way, we just have to end this. Maybe tunafa to achane. But of course now, when we fight, the only thing I'm thinking about is how are we going to solve this, other than how are we going to end this. So definitely that has made it stronger. And time spent together, I think we've just been spending time together since we started dating. But definitely, we are literally together all the time. Fights. Yeah, fights.
There's growth in the fights.
There's growth in a lot of things.
You fight about important things.
Yeah.
You know, you compare prices.
Yeah.
If this one is 250 and the other one is 254.
I'm that girl who will go for 250 to save 4, but by the way, I'm that girl. Yeah.
And I'd go for 254 just to annoy her.
So you know that. Oh my God. It's on camera. Anyway. So the last question. When is the wedding? Friends, why do people ask this question 2 seconds after you got engaged? Well, we don't know. We also don't know. That's the answer. We don't know.
The wedding.
We are enjoying our...
The wedding will come.
Yeah, it will come when it will come. We're enjoying our moment of getting engaged. We're barely even 1 year. We have a lifetime together, so we don't see any point of rushing anything.
It's coming.
Yeah.
We are
not in a rush ourselves, so you shouldn't be. Right. It will come when it comes. We have other things we're taking care of now. But yeah. So yeah, but we've done our introduction ceremony, and I have a video of myself getting ready on that day. If you've not watched it, I'll try and put a link.
Exactly.
I think, do you have anything that you want to say about...
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah. This one goes out to you. Will you
Yes, I would.
Nonsense.
Anyway, I think that's all. Do you have anything you want to say about the day you got engaged? The day you popped the question? No?
It was the best day of my life.
Yes.
I wish I could do it every year.
You can, by the way. Trust me, you can do it every year, 100%.
Without the ring.
Nothing is impossible.
The ring will just will be recycling.
So yeah, I think that is all, guys. Thank you so much for watching again. Please, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. If you haven't,
it's because there's this face that we saw someone make recently, and whenever I show it, she laughs. Just observe.
So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't, and see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye bye, guys. Good night, good morning, goodbye, or whatever.